that is all then. I will see you around, I suppose.
Okay. Say with the voice chat.
If you want. Alright, so that was Dio with Dragon Warrior Monster Slayer. Interesting, yeah. Brand new game. That's a quite cool idea, actually. I never thought of doing that. Get like a new game and then show it for the first time on like stream, you know. So a bit like the comp, except by yourself, I suppose. Yes. So coming out next, we have Owldragon with Unforgiving. I'm sure Owldragon. I think I saw him. Yes, you are up. Is it a live commentating? I didn't check, unfortunately. Let me just edit this. Oh, it is live. Okay. All right. Well, it's like if yeah. Oh, actually, I can do it, can I? There we go. Okay, cool. If you just hop in then. Give me 1 minute. There you go. I need to beat it. I'm quiet, aren't I? Okay, there we go. If you give me just a minute, Owldragon, like check your mic or something whilst I edit all of this. Alright. So, do you have a PB, by the way, Owldragon? Well, can you hear me? I can't hear him. Hold on, let me try and. You can hear me. I can't hear you, unfortunately. Is your mic working alright? Oh. I still can't hear you. It looks like Discord doesn't seem to show that it's hearing anything. Have you checked that in the Discord settings that the mic is working? That's alright, there's no rush anyway, we still got like another 5 minutes before the run is scheduled to start, so that's cool. Alright, well, in the meantime, I will. What should I do? Oh, yes. Oh yeah, guys, don't forget, thanks to Fioressa, we still have the 2 competitions going on. The audio clip, which I'll post the link again here. Oh Christ, didn't mean to play it. Alright, here, Owldragon connected. Oh hey, awesome, I can hear you now. That's alright, there's no rush. Another moment, right. Oh dear, I've clicked the wrong thing. Anyway, so yeah, here's the link, guys, if anyone wants to give that another go. We start to the end of the stream, and then, like I said, the person with the most right answers wins $20. So yes, coming up next, we have Owldragon with Unforgiving. Do you have a PB, Owldragon? Because I couldn't find one. Cool. 3:55. Alright, so with that done, I will transition over. There we go. And yeah, if you just give me a countdown for when the video starts.
Alright, so Unforgiving is a platformer game. It is very fast-paced, which makes it pretty difficult to commentate over, but I'll try my best. One of the things that makes this platformer game unique is that it is designed to be very difficult. Certainly the first time playing through it, I had a lot of difficulty, but once you learn the route, it's not as hard. So I'm first going to start off with showing some of the basic movement, just so that it's easier to commentate later on. So if we want to start the video in... All right. All right, and there will also be a countdown timer for when the run starts. I can also, but all right, start the video in 3, 2, 1, go. So the basic movement, left and right arrow keys or buttons to move left and right, obviously. The jump button, you can jump a single time or a double jump, and the height of the jump is dependent on how long you hold the button. You can do wall jumps, and jumping in the opposite direction from the wall will give you a big speed boost. One of the cool tricks that you can do is you can jump on a wall that's facing the opposite direction you want to go, and then you can jump off of it. That is used a few times, mostly in individual level runs, but you can also use it. But I've used it a few times in longer runs. So that's what we'll see in the first part of the run, starting right now. So you can see that trick just there. This first level is pretty simple, just doing a few wall jumps and getting around some spikes to get to the end. I should mention that for this category, you just have to get to the end of each level. You don't have to collect all of these gems or trophies that you might see in the levels. All of these levels are pretty short. I think the longest one is about 12-13 seconds long, so very fast-paced. This level you can just kind of skip through the whole thing. There's a lot of complicated things, but that doesn't matter. Some of these levels are dependent on cycles, which if you get off from those cycles a little bit, it can be kind of difficult. it generally ends up snowballing into a large time loss if you get behind. This level is, the first part actually isn't that bad because there's this big guy that you have to wait for before you can get past him to the end. This level is pretty cool because you are probably not supposed to be able to get through those spikes right there, but I was able to do it anyways. And then we move on to World 2. There are 3 worlds that you can have for free, and I will be completing all of those in this run. Some of these levels are more vertical levels, like this one, where you just have to jump really quickly. Sometimes jumping maybe the frame you land would be ideal in order to not lose any time. This 4th level of the second world here is pretty difficult. Probably the second hardest level in the game, just because there are lots of enemies that have different cycles, and if you get off, it's hard to get back on your normal pace. This level you can actually skip a cycle by doing a pretty precise jump through an enemy, but that is hard to do in a longer run. And coming up is going to be a really hard vertical level. This one I'll probably show at the end again, just to give more commentary on it. That one's pretty difficult. And this final level of the second world is the hardest level in the game, in my opinion. There's just a lot that can go wrong. If you're late a little bit or early a little bit, it can just be way off. And now we move on to the third and final world in this run. You'll notice that the background color changes with each world. I think that's pretty cool, but it can be a little hard on the eye sometimes. But moving into the second level, it's also a lot of enemies that have different movement speeds, and so they can be off in different cycles. So if you get off, it's really hard to know where you are within the cycle. This third level, pretty easy. You just have to wait for some enemies to move out of the way to reach the end. This one, this is actually the first and only death in this run, which is pretty impressive because you can die in so many different ways. And that lost quite a few seconds, but it's still the other strategies that I was using where it was able to make up for that time loss. And now we get into this level, which the fastest way to do it, you can just keep holding right and jump under that enemy, but that's pretty hard to do. This level, I'm mostly just waiting for some enemies to get out of the way. And we move on to the final level, just jumping to the end. You can actually thread the needle between the wall and that last enemy there, but we actually were able to finish it. Sorry, that's time, by the way. And now I'd like to show a few of the individual levels that I wasn't able to really discuss earlier. This is the second level, and it involves 2 of the speed boosts that I talked about at the beginning. The first one here actually isn't that difficult, but the second one, the setup is really difficult, and if you're off by even a few pixels, you will either hit the wall and lose a lot of time, or you can fall to your death. This level is the 6th level in the first world. It's one of the vertical levels, and it shows one mechanic that's pretty cool. Right about here, if you do 2 pretty precise high jumps, you can actually jump higher than you're probably intended to. It's really precise inputs. We'll see it again in this next level that I'm going to be showing. And if you get it, it can save a lot of time. If you don't get it, you have to react quickly in order to jump off the wall. So right about here, you'll see the other one. And I think there's only 2 more levels that I would like to show. This next one, this is one of the cycle skips I was talking about. You can actually do 2 pretty precise opposite wall speed boosts here in order to skip this one enemy that we previously had to wait for. And you are actually able to do this a little bit faster, but that final enemy at the end there, it kind of stops you you have to wait for that. And this is the final level again, threading the needle between that final enemy and the wall. I just want to show that because that's a really cool way to end if you can get it, but it's really precise. And that's all I have to show. This game, currently I'm the only one who's running it. I would love if anyone else would love to work on it with me. I'm not sure about Android, but it is free on iOS, at least the first few worlds. And yeah, thanks for letting me show the run, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Thank you, Owldragon. Just a quick question. Actually, if anyone could have a look and see if it was on Android, because that would be really fun to play, and I think it would be a great game for comp. So, yeah, if anyone can find out if that was on, if it's on Android, that would be brilliant. Well, thanks, Owldragon, and I guess we'll see you around.
Thanks.